Welcome to Soccer 360 highlights from two of the games played last night. Arsenal gunned down by their North London rival Spurs, and Wolves became prey to Liverpool as Anfield tore down the Wolves by 4-0. I'm your host, Delvin Owino, and so much to talk about today. Won't be even touching on the games from last night. Won't be recapping on some of the games from last night. We'll be focusing on the Champions League. That's where our main priority will be, especially on Group B and Group H, where it's still up everything to play for in those two groups. Group H, of course, including Borussia Mönchengladbach, Real Madrid, Inter Milan, and Shakhtar Donetsk. And Group H, where United are, consisting of PSG, RB Leipzig, and Istanbul Basaksehir, who already have been eliminated. Now, you can interact with us. Social media handles, bottom of the screen. Do remember, hashtag Soccer360 on Twitter and on WhatsApp. Do leave your name so that I can shout you out. Now, today, unfortunately, I'm on set with two United fans. Kevin is in hiding. And as I've told you guys on Twitter, go and trend this hashtag, find Paps, because he's nowhere to be seen. But anyway, guys, how are you doing? How are you doing, Bruce? How are you doing today?
I'm good. It has been a good week. Goal won and Man United won, so I'm good. So Untitled Chapter PSG. But
I remember you saying that it's only a draw that we need against PSG and we'll get it. Shock on you, you were hammered 3-1.
It's okay. But we have Leipzig next, which I want a win.
We'll talk about that. That's one of the big games we'll be talking about today. Yeah. Now, on your left, your left. Is that another Duncan? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I feel okay.
Optimistic.
Happy. United winning, Kariobangi Sharks again, not being beaten. Yeah.
You're doing
good.
It's
been a great week.
Kariobangi Sharks, I forgot that he's a Kariobangi Sharks fan, by the way. Now, we'll just start off in the local scene, just touch on it a bit before we jump into the Champions League. As we all know, it's the final match week for the group stages. This week is when we know which teams will be qualifying. Of course, some teams have already qualified, but for those groups that I've mentioned, Group B and H, as well as Group A, Atletico Madrid still hanging on there. They need to get a result in their match. So we'll just start off on our local scene and have a look at the results of the FKF Premier League. As Duncan already mentioned, Kariobangi Sharks got a victory, a draw against Nzoia Sugar. My apologies for that. As you can see, Wazito FC, Francis Kimanzi, 3-1 victory for him there against Vihiga United. Kcb going strong, 6 points out of 6, defeating City Stars by 1-0. Nzoia and Kariobangi Sharks playing out to a 0-0 draw. AFC Leopards started the season quite well. I know it's only 2 games in, but it's good to see them up there. And then we have Tusker and Bandari playing out to a 0-0 draw. Tusker have not started that well. Sofapaka defeating Steamer by 3-1. Homeboys and Rangers are playing out to a goalless draw. Now, guys, the two teams I want to touch on here, my director has just corrected me there. Yeah, 1-1 draw. Charles, stop confusing me here. Anyway, now, KCB and AFC Leopards, they're the only two teams with 100% records. As we do know, some teams have not played because of some reasons that we already know about, the likes of Gor Mahia Madare and Zukericho. Yeah. But AFC Leopards, how good is it seeing them at least? They're 6 points out of 6. They're up there in the table. How good is it seeing a team with so much pedigree in the Kenya Premier League and has been struggling of late in the past seasons? How good is it to see them up there?
I think getting FC back where it was been difficult and hard, but I think they have started doing their way.
They're on the right track.
Yeah, they've started their process. Their coach, who was the white guy who left, it's okay, he left, but they have a Kimani now in there who is doing such a good job. So let them stick with Kimani up to the end of the season so he can do his contract. But what I can say about FC, they've started well. If they keep up, they'll be battling with goal.
Yeah, and the thing the AFC that we do know with them from recent seasons, they have a lot of backroom issues, a lot of politics that go on at the back, and probably that's what affects them in a way in these past seasons. But it's good to see them there. At least they're not in a mid-table where they normally are struggling along mid-table. But it's still too early, Duncan. It's still too early. We shouldn't get ahead of ourselves here. But how do you feel just seeing the table and seeing AFC Leopards up there?
Actually, it's great to see them there. They have done a lot of recruitment. Look, they brought the likes of Mwenda from Kariobangi Sharks, who is one of the quickest
You definitely know him well because you support Kcb and Afc Leopards.
He's one of the quickest flanks player. They have recruited. Yes, they also have a coach who understands. Yes, one of them left. Now they have Kimani, who understands the language, the quality, the style of play in the Kenya Premier League. Let's keep an eye on FC Leopards. They might do some great
things. They might do some great things. This is another team that has started well. KCB, 6 points out of 6. KCB, I'd say, it's a well-run club. You never hear not too many wrangles, backroom stuff. They're a very good, well-run club. And they're normally up there as well. They're normally not mid-table mediocrity like AFC Leopards. They're normally there 8-7. But
now they're there.
Started very well.
Now they're there with the FC struggling there. So let's give them like 5-6 games and we see where they'll stand. If they're still going well and good, you can see them battling for the title.
Now, which team? Okay, go ahead.
Last season, KCB displayed some quality and also consistency in the league.
Yeah.
This season, they have come out to beat a tricky side, which is Nairobi City Stars. If you can look at City Stars, they have the support, they have the quality, but they managed to beat City Stars now.
So now, we, as you have said, it's a bit too early for us to judge, but we're just saying that it's good to see AFC
starting in a good way.
AFC starting in a good way, as I've mentioned, with all the pedigree they do have here. Now, for these two teams, AFC Leopards, again, inconsistency is a problem for them.
Yeah.
That's a problem they've been having throughout. If last season we saw it, the season before, we've seen it all. AFC can put in a brilliant performance this weekend. The next weekend, it just goes all down to shambles. So for them now, with Kimani in the helm, is that one thing that he should try and work on, the consistency of this team?
I think he should try and figure out the way they're playing style, the tactics and everything, so he can give us more and more points.
And positive results.
Yeah, positive results. Because if you start losing and you are like just an interim coach, it will be looking bad in your resume.
Yeah.
So I think Kimani should come up with something good and try and beat every team, every hurdle which he gets on Ford.
Okay. Now, FC Leopard fans, I know you are excited, sitting on top of the table with 6 points, but let me just remind you, Gol Mahia have not yet played. So hold your horses. But it's good to see FC Leopards there, as I have already mentioned. Now, let's just quickly jump into the international scene, and we'll just start by looking at the results from across Europe. We'll start by looking at the English Premier League. As you've seen from those two highlights, we've already seen Arsenal lost 2-0 in the North London derby to Spurs, and Liverpool beat Wolves by 4-0. City, Kevin De Bruyne with an assist and a goal. They defeated Fulham by 2-0. United coming back from a goal down to beat West Ham United by 3-1. And then other results there, Chelsea as well. Christian Pulisic late goal, seeing them defeat Leeds by 3-1. Let's just move over to the next set of results there. It was a good result as well for Crystal Palace there. Wilfred Zaha doing what he does best for Palace.
Coming back from an injury.
Yeah, coming back from an injury, yeah. And Benteke as well. Benteke is someone who flopped at Liverpool. People really don't rate him as a highly qualified striker, but he did very well there this game, grabbing himself 2 goals as well. Now let's move over to La Liga, or the next set of results, Serie A or Bundesliga. La Liga it is. Barcelona's problems continue here, and
Barcelona, I don't even want to talk about it.
Their form is so indifferent, given that in the Champions League, they're 5 out of 5. 5 wins out of 5 games played. And they're struggling here in La Liga. They're really, really struggling. They have 14 points.
I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if it's the back room still the problem, or the coach.
But Bartomeu already left.
I think the Messi problem is not yet been solved. Look, the interim president has come out to say, if I were there, then I would have already let Messi.
He would have sold Messi, and I think that would have been the best decision for Barcelona as a whole. They would have let Messi go. But anyway, Atletico Madrid 2-0. Do you think Atletico Madrid, this is another chance, a big chance for them this season?
I think,
to win the La Liga title.
I think they should hold that trophy until they can get it up to now, because Atletico now have good strikers. They have Suarez and Costa. And Joe Felix there.
As well, is there?
Yeah. So they have something.
Okay.
They have something.
Again, not looking at the striking force, but on their defense, they've conceded less goals in the La Liga.
Something that is very well known for Atletico Madrid. Yeah. They really do not concede a lot of goals. Let's ask my director if we can just kindly move on with the results and just have a look at if there's any other game there in La Liga that was played yesterday. Valencia, I've not seen Valencia yet here. And Dapod Villarreal drawing with Elche 0-0. Unai Emery doing a decent job at Villarreal.
Yeah,
to say that he's doing a very decent job there. And then let's just move over to the next league. I'm guessing it's Serie A. Yes, it is the Serie A. Juventus, good victory for them. Good victory for Inter Milan. And Napoli as well, good victory there. They're just trying to keep pace with AC Milan, who won yesterday against Sampdoria. And let me just ask you a question here about AC Milan before we move to the Bundesliga results here. As we have said for Atletico Madrid, for AC Milan, do you look at them and say, this is the best chance they have to reclaim glory in the Serie A?
I think now is the chance, because I've seen them without Zlatan. They're still performing. Yeah, they're still performing. So you can say it's a one-man team show, because without Zlatan, they're still performing. They're still scoring. They're still
points.
Yeah. So this now is their chance, because Juve have lost their games, some games. Inter have lost. Lazio the same. They're still struggling. Even Napoli. So I think now is the big chance for them to win the cup.
Duncan,
I will say it's still early to go for AC Milan. They really have
a long way to go.
A long way to go, because Juve have some kind of a strategy to finish the league.
Yeah, Juve, with the experience they have, and we do know that Juventus at some point, they'll pick form and they'll go in a run of winning games. Yeah. And that's where now AC Milan, can they hold on and on just also, on their wins and pick up positive results as well when Juventus reclaim that form and just continue going on a winning streak? Can AC Milan just hold on to that lead they have currently at the top of the table? Now, the Bundesliga, there's an interesting game. Bayern Munich, Leipzig. A 3-all draw. And Manchester United fans, are you not worried that Leipzig can go to Bayern, score 3 goals, and get a point out of that?
I don't think so. I'm not even scared with the results of the Bayern, but it's good. Leipzig went for 3-3.
Very interesting game. Yeah. Very interesting game.
It was a scoring game.
Yeah, and then Borussia Dortmund, Reina with a wonderful goal there to drag Dortmund back from the trenches there. 1-0 draw against Frankfurt. The Berlin derby ended in favor of Hertha Berlin, 3-1 victory there. And then VfB Stuttgart defeated Werder Bremen by 2-1. Schalke still winless after Project Restart, defeated 3-0 by Leverkusen. Now, main focus now switches to the Champions League. As I had said in the beginning of the show, main focus is on the Champions League Group B and Group H, to be exact. That's where all the competition, all the tightness is in there. And I'm sure my two pundits here do agree with me on that. Those are the two groups we'll be focusing on. But I want us to have a look at the other groups in the Champions League and just give you, the viewers, a rough idea of which teams have already gone through and which teams are on the brink of going through and what they actually need. Do they need a victory? Do they need a draw to go through? As we look at Group A here, Bayern Munich already through.
Yeah.
Atletico Madrid, still they need something. They need
a win.
Or a draw.
Or
a draw, fair enough, because they're done with Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
So they need a draw or a victory to see them through into the next round. We'll give you the fixtures a little bit later on, but let's just have a look at the groups first. Let's move over to the next group. Let's go over to Group C. Group B, I'll pause on Group B. We're going to touch on Group B, so we'll get you the Group B table a little bit later on. Man City and Porto, straightforward. They're already through to the next round. Olympiacos and Marseille will be playing for which team will be getting into the Europa League. Now let's move over to the next group, Group D. And Liverpool through there. That second place is still up for grabs. Atalanta or Ajax? Duncan, now let me ask you this. Atalanta or Ajax, which team do you fancy will get that second position?
I want to see Atalanta playing this season again in the knockout stage.
They're a very interesting side to watch.
They impressed last season. Yeah. So,
you're going to feel sticking to Atalanta. You think they'll get the job done? They did a draw only. I'll get the fixtures later on because I'm not sure which team, which team is playing which team. But I think it's Atalanta against Ajax, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, it's
because
Atalanta
Liverpool
against
have Michelin.
Yeah, Atalanta against Ajax. That'll be a game to watch. Now, Bruce, which team do you have finishing second here?
I'd say Atlanta because Ajax played last season in Europa. See them going back to Europa.
See them going back there, and they've not really been performing since that season where they made it to the semi-finals. Now, straightforward group here. Chelsea through to the last 16. Sevilla as well through to the last 16. We'll just move over to the next group, Group F, that is. And Group F, I think this is Juventus group, if I'm not wrong. But let me just wait for my director to bring those graphics up. Yeah, Borussia Dortmund. Now, this is a very interesting group here.
Number one is still out.
Number one is still out for grabs. Dortmund have qualified.
Yeah,
Dortmund have qualified, but now
the-
their position now, they either can
Yeah.
finish second or first.
Or first.
Lazio, on the other hand, have not yet qualified because they have Bruges 2 points behind them. And yeah, so it's a very complicated group here, but I think Lazio and Lazio are going to be taking on Club Brugge. I mean, I'm guessing that game will be played at Stadio Olimpico in Rome. I think Lazio will get the job done there. I think Lazio will get the job done there.
Yeah.
So I think in this group, I think it'll be Borussia Dortmund going through with Lazio as well.
yeah.
Now, Group G, let's see how Group G stands and how it looks. Now, this is Barcelona's group. Yeah, figure that out. Straightforward. Needs nothing. We can't say anything much about this. Barcelona and Juventus going through.
I think
in
it
this
will
group.
just stand the way it is because it's Barcelona and Juventus playing on Wednesday or Tuesday. I don't think so. Wednesday or Tuesday.
Barcelona just need a draw there to top the group.
Top of the group.
Yeah.
And also, not Bayern, but Juventus also need to score more than 7 goals to be on the top of the league.
Can we just clarify this? In the Champions League, is it goal difference or head-to-head?
Goal difference. It's goal difference where it
goal
matters.
difference.
Yeah. If you draw the same points.
I think it's head-to-head.
No, the goal difference. No, not head-to-head.
And the viewers at home will tell me, send me any comment there on WhatsApp, and do tell me, in the Champions League, when two teams are tied, is it the head-to-head that they look at first, or the goal difference? I think it's head-to-head, if I'm not wrong.
I think, no, it's first the goal difference, and then they look at the points, goal difference, and then the yellow cards, how many yellow cards you have. Then if it's equal, and then they go to
Okay, so it's goal difference and then head-to-head. That's what we need clarified here. Okay, fair enough. Now let's have the look at the fixtures in the Champions League. Chelsea, Krasnodar, Rennes taking on Sevilla. Lazio, Club Brugge, as we've mentioned. Zenit taking on Borussia Dortmund. Barcelona will be welcoming Juventus to the Camp Nou. And then Dynamo Kyiv will be taking on Ferencváros. The game to look forward to actually are RB Leipzig taking on Manchester United. There's an error there with the graphics. It's supposed to be PSG taking on Istanbul. Let's move over to Wednesday, see what fixtures are lined up there. Barcelona and Juventus, as we've said, that's another interesting game to look forward to on a Tuesday. Now, Bayern Munich, Lokomotiv Moscow, Atletico Madrid will be taking on Salzburg. Salzburg have a very tricky opposition, to say the least. They have this one kid there, Dominik Szoboszlai. I just had to mention him there because he's strongly linked with Arsenal. But anyway, Inter Shakhtar, Real Madrid, Borussia Mönchengladbach.
These two games are very important.
Inter Shakhtar Donetsk. With Inter, I normally say you do not know what you're going to get from them. They can actually go to into this game and
win.
They can win, exactly, or they can completely bottle it.
Yeah.
But the one I think to look forward to, Real Madrid, Borussia Mönchengladbach, this will be a good game.
If Real doesn't win this game, you'll see them for the first time in Europe.
We'll touch on that, definitely. Now, I'll get a bit of some of your predictions of these fixtures. Man City, Marseille, straightforward.
Straightforward Man City. And I see
Scoreline.
playing them, they'll play some kids because of the weekend game.
Oh, they have a United over the weekend, the Manchester Derby.
You'll see some Fernando Torres there.
No, Fernando Torres, I think, is a decent player.
But you'll see.
He's no longer a kid now.
He's a decent player. Olympiacos
He's a
taking
player,
on.
but you'll see him playing that game.
Okay, I want you guys to predict the most awkward of game here. Olympiacos and FC Porto. Olympiacos and FC Porto. Last time, it's FC Porto, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Olympiacos, FC Porto. Give me a prediction for that game.
I say Porto doing something. Porto will do something.
Olympiacos are quite a tough opposition in Greece, by the way.
Yeah.
Porto, I think Porto have already qualified.
Yeah.
They have nothing to lose, and again, their Olympiacos need to play in the
They want to get into the Europa League.
So it's going to be tricky for Porto. I'm giving a draw for Porto.
You're giving a draw there.
Yeah.
You have gone for?
I'll go for Porto.
You're going for FC Porto to still get the job done there. Now, let's move over. Now, let's move over to the Group H. I'm to start with Group H here. Group H, you know it's your group. PSG, Manchester United, RB Leipzig, Istanbul. We shouldn't even mention them right now because they are gone. They're going to finish bottom no matter what happens. Even though if they win, they'll still finish bottom on 6 points. Now, let's have a look at the table for Group H first and foremost. Let's just remind ourselves and the viewers how it is looking like in Group H. I'll just ask my director to pull that up. But anyway, my director is going to be pulling that up. As we know, all three teams are on 9 points.
9 points.
All three teams are on 9 points. And there's the table exactly.
No, it's goal
United
difference.
9, PSG 9, Leipzig 9, and Istanbul Basaksehir on 3 points. Now, you look worried already. You're looking at the table and you're looking worried. You know what is going on?
I'm doing some calculation.
There's no calculation you should do here. It's either you draw or you win or you're out.
I'm trying to figure out how PSG can go back to Europa.
To be quite honest here, let's be honest. PSG at home to Istanbul.
It's a sure win.
Yeah.
Because funny enough,
They'll get it done.
they rested on the weekend. They rested
Neymar.
Mbappe.
Mbappe came on as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mbappe came on, but
Marquinhos didn't play.
on 68 minutes. So they rested
Marquinhos
most
as
of
well
the
was not playing.
big players. So I think they're just going to trash Istanbul.
Yeah, I think Thomas Tuchel is taking a strong squad.
Yeah,
He's going to take a
very
strong
strong
squad. No chances, no risking.
Now,
let's get the job done.
Here is where I look at Manchester United. They have to win this game. I don't want a draw. I don't want to.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question to both of you. Of course, the reverse fixture ended in favor of United. Despite not RB Leipzig dominating the game, you absolutely thrashed them, put 5 past them. How much of a chance did you give Leipzig now? Being at home, we know what Leipzig are all about. We saw them what they did to Tottenham last season in the Champions League. We've seen what they've been doing in the Champions League and in the Bundesliga. How much of a chance do you give the German side?
I don't give them that chance because, funny enough,
It's a very cocky, confident United.
No, I'm just saying the truth. I don't see, because the way Rashford was trashing these people and Rashford didn't start the game, I don't see them doing anything. And funny enough, Upamecano is not in that game, if people didn't know. He got a yellow card the last game, so he's suspended for this game. Tuzembe is back. So I don't see them doing anything. I don't see them.
They do have Marcel Sabitzer back, their captain.
Yeah, but
very decent player.
But I don't see, even if they play Angelino in front or the back, I don't see them.
He's a very confident and very cocky.
I'm just saying the truth because look at the vast fixture. It was 4-0. It was
5.
It was 5. I think I don't even remember. It was 5. But I remember that game, the way they were playing. Okay, at first half they played a good game, but at second half they just went off.
The second half they did go off a bit.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing about Manchester United now. First half is very, very pathetic, and then second half they're just coming like a new team. So
do you give the German side a chance here?
First, it's a do or die situation. I think Leipzig will come. They have already sit down and understood what went wrong
in the first game.
In the first game, it's not going to be easy for Man United because this Champions League, you're not going to repeat the same mistake you did in the first round.
Leipzig are quite a decent outfit, and I'll just ask my director if I can play the Leipzig highlights from the game over the weekend against Bayern Munich as we discuss this German outfit. Now, these guys, last season we saw what they did. I don't understand your confidence. I don't understand your cockiness. I really do not. I don't understand where it's coming from because I would be, if I was a United fan right now, I would not be confident at all. And given how United have been starting off games to start things off, like the past 2 games or 3 games, you've been going behind and coming back.
Yeah, coming back from.
And Rashford, during his interview, said that they should stop doing such
stuff.
Yeah,
I think they should stop that because not every time you're going to do something
and
like that.
I can guarantee you against Leipzig,
you can do something like
happen.
that. Yeah, I'm sure. But this game, Ole has to go back and sit down and go for a win because without a win, with a draw, I won't be so happy with that.
Again, Devin, if you look at Leipzig, their defense somehow is cracking. They're allowing a lot of goals to come in. Against Man United, 4 goals. Against Bayern Munich, 4 goals. That means if you're going to attack, when you're playing them, you might score a lot of goals.
And talking about defenses, United's defense is not as cracked as, if not worse.
Same applies to Man United. If United are going to allow Leipzig to score first, it's going to be
a problem.
Very, very hard for them to come back.
It's going to be a problem if you do allow them to score fast.
If they score fast, I'm 100% sure they're going to sit back. I'm 100%
I don't think that's the way Nagelsmann actually plays his kind of football.
No, funny enough,
he's a very attack-minded
He's
manager.
very attack, but now this is where if they score 1 goal, like Leipzig scores, I'm 100% sure they'll sit back because if we score, a draw is perfect for us. We won't be worried.
You don't think that Nagelsmann, given that I've seen how some of his games, I'm sure you've seen it because you have agreed with me that he's very attack-minded. We saw what he did to Tottenham last season in the Champions League. Score 1, score 2. Yes, he was ahead from the first leg, and he still put Tottenham to the sword. So I don't think that. I think he'd like to make the game safe. I don't think he'll score 1 goal and defend.
And also, he has some sharpness when it comes to playing against the so-called big teams, the team that have quality more than him.
I think that. Yeah. Do you think that Leipzig actually prefer going into games as underdogs? That's when they actually perform very well. Because in this game, they're definitely going to be taken as the underdogs.
Yeah.
Do you think that actually plays into their favor as that tag being called underdogs?
I think that's where you want to prove yourself. You want to prove you have something to do.
Yeah.
Because if you're being called underdogs and then you perform against United, people will be like cheering you. You have done something good. You have done something very impacted with the United team. So, but I don't see them winning against us.
I'll get your prediction later on. Dankadia, now, United, kind of in a dilemma. If you're Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, are you going full strength squad here, or you have one eye in the over the weekend for the Manchester derby?
It's important to qualify. It's important to qualify. So I'm going with the full squad.
You'd go full squad.
Full squad.
Give nothing away. The weekend will sort itself out when we get to the weekend.
We still have 2-3 days to
the weekend will sort itself. But now it's where you want to score. Because if he doesn't qualify against Champions League and you go back to Europa, now his job will be definitely.
Do you think his job will actually be in trouble if he drops off to the Europa League?
Trust me not. If there's, because all of a sudden you have listened Ole out, people have just gone silent. But definitely if he goes back to Europa, Ole out will be very impact now.
Again, the Ole out, like I've always been saying, the Ole out is just a trend. We have, the CEO came in and say, we have a trust, we are trusting Ole. It's still a build-up process. And
they actually promised they're going to be giving him money in the transfer window.
Dropping in the Europa League is not going to affect the Ole.
But what difference does it make? Let me just, United fans, first and foremost, I'm not taking a hit at you people, but what difference does it make? Let's say you finish second, PSG finish top of the group, you get Bayern Munich in the last 16, you're out.
You're definitely out.
So why not just go to the Europa League?
It's not definitely. It's never predicted.
That's why I don't want us to finish number 2. I want this game to be a win.
So it's goal difference. Let's just get that first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way.
It's a goal difference.
Goal difference is the first thing they look at.
First thing they look at. If the points are the same, we look at the goal difference. If the goal difference are the same,
it's head-to-head.
You go to a yellow cards. You usually go to yellow cards and then you go to head-to-head.
Anyway, okay, now my director is saying that they've Googled. Now, director, I'll just ask you, what is the first thing they look at? Is it the goal difference? Is it head-to-head? It's head-to-head. No,
but funny thing about that thing, it's the goal difference. If you look at the goal difference you have and the PSG have, it's the goal difference, and maybe if after goal difference head-to-head, I don't know.
Because you have a superior goal difference to PSG. You do have a superior goal difference.
But me, I don't want a draw. That's the people don't understand. I don't want a draw. I just want a good, definite win.
Now, it's a tricky situation United find themselves in, and you put yourselves in the situation. That result at Istanbul is what messed United completely. You wouldn't have been in this situation if you had gotten a result in that game.
It's Istanbul. Even if we got that result at Istanbul, home and away, we got a win, and then PSG will lose, I'll be okay. Even if we win, even if we lose against Leipzig now, I'll be okay. But now...
And how important is it that you guys finish? You want to finish first. You do want to finish first. You don't want to play the Bayern Munichs.
The Bayern Munich, the Atletico, the Barcelona.
Barcelona, I think you'd have a fair chance of beating them right now. I don't think they're lacking some concept.
No, you may not know. This is not La Liga. This is now Champions League. You see how Champions League Barcelona are playing.
The thing is that right now, even though you finish second, probably the only team you fear is Bayern Munich. Because you can't face City in the last 16, you can't face Liverpool in the last 16, you can't face Chelsea in the last 16. Yeah. So probably the only team you'd fear right now is Bayern Munich. I think Real Madrid, you have a chance. Barcelona, you'd have a chance of beating Barcelona at the moment. But which other group is there?
Atletico
is in Bayern Munich's group, so they're finishing second guaranteed. Another thing you don't want is to finish first and get Atletico Madrid.
Funny enough, I love to get Porto.
Those are the teams you'd like to have, you'd like to get.
Yeah, because there you'll see an opportunity to go to the
last 8.
Yeah, the last 8 qualifiers now. But if you get Atletico Madrid, then that's where
or
the problem
Sevilla.
is.
Again, these Spanish sides are very, very tricky.
Yeah.
I was about to say the Spanish. I was about to talk the Spanish side, but then, Devin, it's about football.
Yeah.
You're not going to fear your opponent. Bring on Barcelona. Bring on Bayern Munich.
Even I'd say that. I'm an Arsenal fan. Right now, I'd say bring on Barcelona. We are crap, but Barcelona is just as crap.
We need to play those big games in order to measure the quality that we have. We might be making noise. We have Pogba, we have Bruno Fernandes, we have Rashford. But what do they do when they face the likes of Barcelona? What do they do when they face the likes of Bayern
Maguire would be turned inside out.
I need to see them playing. I need to see them playing against the big teams.
Now, how confident are you of your team heading into this game?
I'm confident, yeah. It's a do or die situation, and United are going to let it go.
What makes you think Leipzig will let it go?
I'm 100% sure Leipzig won't let it go, but this is Man United.
That's why I needed another fan in this building. That's why I needed another fan. Right now, I'm being you two United fans.
You know it. You know Bruno will come up and deliver, and Van der Beek will play. I'm not sure what they will line up, but I'm sure.
Which lineup do you want to see? By the way, that's another thing. Which lineup do you want to see him go with?
I love to see Henderson playing at the goalkeeper. Don't put De Gea, just put Henderson.
De Gea will be starting, though.
But me, I love Henderson. I just love Henderson playing there.
Both top quality goalkeepers.
Yeah, but me, I love Henderson. And then Telles, Maguire.
The defense is your problem. That defense is the problem for United.
I love to see him playing Tuzembe and Maguire. I want Tuzembe and Maguire to play because of that pace.
Why not Lindelof and Twanzebe? Why not that kind of combination?
The air balls. Now the air balls where they play to. Because if you've seen against Bayern, they've played a lot of air balls with them. So I like to see Maguire and Tuzembe there, and then we play on Bissaka. Now, since you don't have Fred, I don't know.
McTominay?
No.
Pogba?
Let him play Matic.
But McTominay played very well during the West Ham game.
West Ham game played very pathetic. In the second half, they started playing very well because of Bruno effect. I don't see... If you know, Ole puts Bruno and Rashford outside for this game, yeah. But you have Van der Beek and Pogba and McTominay, they're playing crap against West Ham. And then after second half, they're playing very well. I don't want to see
it's a Bruno effect. You look at the lineup for Leipzig, the names there that come out of the box. Marcel Sabitzer, their captain, quality player. Danny Olmo as well is in their ranks. We have the likes of Mukiel at the back, the Angelino as well. Who do you see in that lineup that makes you fear the team?
Angelino. It's always
he's a good attacking. He's a good attacking fullback.
It's always causing problems to the
flank. But there the flank. If you don't remember, the last time he didn't cause any problem because there was one Bissaka there. So I'm just going to stick on Bissaka to stick there. I would have feared Upamecano this game, but he's not there. So I'm just confident.
Forsberg, the number 10, has come. Last season he was actually frozen. He wasn't playing too many games. This season it looks like he's getting his chances again, and he's actually scoring goals. He's actually scored a goal against Bayern Munich as well. Yeah,
so maybe, but I'll go for something good. Ole should go for some good thing. You should just go attack, not defense. Just attack all over.
The best form of defending is attack, as they normally say. Let me get your predictions before we touch on PSG. Let me start with you, Duncan. You've been a bit. You do not look confident. You told me you're confident, but you do not look confident. I'm just seeing from your body language. You do not look confident.
I'll give it a 3-2 win to Man United.
A 3-2 victory to you, Manchester United. Bruce,
I give it a 3-1.
The cocky and confident one.
I give it a 3-1.
I was expecting to see another 5-0.
No, this time don't score 5-0 twice. I just go for 3-1 because I'm sure Man United cannot keep a clean sheet. That's the one disappointing thing.
I'm not going to say anything. 3-1 for Bruce. He's very cocky and confident. United fans, I hope you're not all like this heading into this game, because let me tell you, Leipzig are a proper opposition. Now, viewers at home, do send in your predictions. How do you think this game will pan out? Will Leipzig come out on top of the Red Bull Arena, or will United get that point that they need to qualify to the last 16? Now, let's just touch. Okay, as my directors just told me that I wanted to touch on PSG, but my directors told me we have to take a break. So when we come back from the break, we'll be touching on PSG, and then we'll be looking on Group B. Now, don't go too far. We'll be right back to Soccer 360. And before we continue our discussion on the Champions League Group H, we're going to look at PSG before we went on the break. Let me just read a few comments here on WhatsApp, and let me see what you viewers have to say and your predictions for the for the Leipzig versus United game. And mind you, I'm picking them out at random, so don't get too bitter and start spamming the WhatsApp phone here. Now, hello Soccer 360. Very, very happy for the EPL results. Bearing in mind, I'm a United fan. The London derby was so amazing. Arsenal really needs prayers. Bellerin can't even take a throw-in. If Brighton draws or wins against Southampton, then Arsenal will move to 16th place. They are in real trouble. Tomorrow, I'm sure we'll have enough to win against Leipzig. Austin from Kikuyu, thank you very much for your comment. Someone here says, first they look at head-to-head, then goal difference. Rado from LD. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. UEFA Champions League group ranking is points, then head-to-head. As a United fan, we can only finish second if PSG win their game. With Upamecano out, we stand a chance to get a result, but I am not confident. That is an honest United fan. These two right here are not honest whatsoever. Especially you, Bruce, you're very cocky. You're very, very cocky.
You have to be cocky for your team.
Now, Hopkins from Malava says, I think United have it in tomorrow's game. Okay, Brayo from Kiambu, Arteta should bring Ozil back or make sure he brings someone like Mata to create chances for Arsenal, or else relegation will be a reality this season. Arsenal fans, I keep on telling you guys, relax. Dominic Szoboszlai will be coming in January. He's one hell of a creative midfielder, and I'm telling you, he's better than Bruno Fernandes right now. Now, I'm sorry, United fans, I'm just having a go at you. Hello, Soccer 360. It's Kelly Vin from Muhoroni. Manchester United will narrowly win the game against RB Leipzig. Kelly, I've read your message, so no need to spam anymore. Let me read one more before we get into PSG. Vicky from LD Bahraini, he says, United are winning tomorrow with a narrow 2-0 victory. I'm positive United will be clinical forward, and at the defense, they have to... Okay, then he puts the emoji for smiling. Anyway, guys, let's touch on PSG right here. PSG, at one point in the group stages here, they look like the team in most trouble. Before they get a game against Leipzig, they looked in so much trouble, but they have managed to turn things around now, and they find themselves, out of the 3 teams that have a chance to qualify, they are actually in the best position. Now, we won't have to touch much on them because we have already said they're probably, most probably, 98% chance they're going to win this game against Istanbul.
Yeah, they're definitely going to win this game, but I think I'll see them winning the 4-0 because I think they're trying to cut that goal difference, maybe to finish on number 1. Yeah,
because for a team like PSG as well, and Thomas Tuchel as well, he'll be looking to finish first.
Yeah.
It's the main goal. Let's just try finish the group first. We can get a Porto in the next round, a team that wouldn't be as hard as a Bayern or so. Duncan, you want to say something?
It's about quality, and if it's about quality, they have it there. Look at Moise Kean. No Icardi, no problem. He's been scoring goals.
Yeah, he's been scoring.
And not only goals, but wonderful goals.
And then Neymar as well will be back for this game. Yeah. So Istanbul really, you should feel sorry for Istanbul now because Tuchel rested a lot of the first-team players, and he's going to bring out all those big guns tomorrow. And you just know for Istanbul, and it's in Paris, so you just know for Istanbul probably...
They have the home advantage, but I don't see having the home advantage doing anything, but I just see PSG doing something because they rested most of the first team.
Yeah, most of the first team was rested. Now, let me get your predictions. You want to say something, Duncan, before we move on to the next one?
It's easy for Paris Saint-Germain, but also they need to... They should not underestimate the Istanbul Basaksehir.
Yeah, they shouldn't, because we know that in the league, in the Liga, they lost their two last home games, I think, to Monaco, and they drew with Bordeaux. So they haven't won their last 2 home games. But anyway, now, let me get your predictions for this game. You said 4-0.
I say a 4-0.
You said 4-0. Duncan?
A 2-0. A
2-0 victory for PSG. We shall see them go through eventually. Now, Dusan did your predictions as well for this game, PSG versus Istanbul. I know you're wondering, why are we predicting this game? Well, because I just feel like having you guys predict it. So just send in your predictions. I'll be reading them out a little bit later on. Now to Group B. I'll just ask my director to bring up the table, the standings of Group B, and let's just have it paused there, because this is so complicated coming into the final match day. Inter Milan on 5 points, bottom of the table. Then we have Real Madrid and Shakhtar Donetsk, both on 7 points. And then Borussia Mönchengladbach, top of the group, on 8 points. Now, for Gladbach, they know they just need a point. Heading into this game, a point will see them go through. For Real Madrid, they have to win. They have to win. There's no other way. They have to win. Because they cannot... If Inter win, or if they have to win, there's no other way. I've done the maths. They have to win.
Real has to win. There's nothing like a draw or something. They have to win this game, because if they don't win, hey, Europa. Real Madrid playing Europa. Imagine.
Another thing is that I don't know why people are already putting it in their mind that if they don't qualify, they're going to the Europa. Do you know they still have a chance of not making it to the Europa League?
Not even qualifying.
Yeah,
sure.
If Inter Milan win and Real Madrid fail to win, Real Madrid finish bottom.
He'll be so funny.
Real Madrid finish bottom. That means they don't make it to the Europa League. But anyway, Zinedine Zidane, if he doesn't make it to the last 16, do you think his job is on the line?
I don't think so.
We know the way Real Madrid operate. We know how Real Madrid,
I think
the higher board operate.
Yeah, they always like Champions League. They always like Champions League because of
So
the
what
big
makes you say
money.
that you don't think that if he doesn't make it to the last 16, his job will not be on the line?
I think they'll just stick to him because
Pochettino is available.
I think-
Allegri is available as well.
by the way, he's available, both of them. But I just see him staying with the.
You think that his name is Florentino Perez will still give him a chance?
Yeah, you give him a chance to improve
I
next season.
don't think so. And given how they're performing as well in the La Liga, they're
Liga.
not playing that well. So I think that, for me, I feel like Zidane, if he doesn't make it to the last 16, he's gone.
And also, he said some few days back, he said he's not going to resign. But again, is he going to? If he's going to lose this one of the most important games in his career, if he's going to lose, then it will be done for him. Because where's the excuse? You have been given the money to buy the player that you need. You have quality. Why are you not performing? You need to perform against Borussia Dortmund. You need to qualify to the Champions League because it's Real Madrid. Everyone wants to see them playing in the Champions League.
Now we look at Real Madrid heading into this game. We definitely know they'll be taken as the favorites in this game. How much of a chance do you give the German side? We do know they have decent players in their likes of Marcus Thuram, Alisson player. How much of a chance do you give Borussia Mönchengladbach going into Spain?
I think I give Borussia 70, 75 there because they also want to win that game and see them at the Champions League because
And they also want
it
to
will be
finish
a
top
good,
as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
it will be a good chance for them. So I see them giving them a 75% because Real has to come and work very, very hard.
But now the positive thing for Real Madrid is they'll be having their mafia back at the back, their captain, their leader, Sergio Ramos. How much of a boost will that be? We know Ramos is a leader, born leader. He probably just drives his team on. How much of a boost will that be to the Real Madrid side?
Now that's where Ramos plays a part. If he mess up, then that's it.
I think
If he gets a red card, that's it.
I think Ramos brings up a bit of confidence to the team because he trusts the midfield. Sometimes you might see him going to attack, leaving someone to
Cover back.
Yeah, to cover back, and him being on the lineup, it's a boost for them. But they need for what I've realized about Real Madrid, in order to beat Borussia, they need to avoid those early goals. They've been allowing 2-3 goals in the first half. They need to avoid that. If they are going to allow Borussia to score 2 goals in the early minutes, then it will be done for them. It's
Now,
not going to be done.
Real Madrid as well. Great result for them over the weekend against Sevilla. We know Sevilla, that's a very, very hard
difficult
place to go. The Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan, a very, very hard ground to go. It was a good result for Real Madrid, a morale-boosting result heading into this game. For Gladbach, they could only manage a 2-2 draw against, was it Frankfurt, if I'm not wrong, or Freiburg? Frankfurt or Freiburg. I just completely confused those two teams. Now, I'll need your prediction for these games. Then we look at Inter Milan against Shakhtar Donetsk.
I think I'll give draw for Borussia and Real Madrid.
A squad draw.
Yeah, a 0-0, I'm sure.
Okay,
it's
so
a
no
0-0.
squad draw.
There's no squad.
Nah, this game will have goals.
Because
This game definitely will have goals.
Real Madrid will be attacking because they need those goals.
They need the 3 points. They need the 3 points.
they need the 3 points also. Also them, they need the 3 points. So
Gladbach just need 1. So 0-0 for you.
I go for 0-0.
That is the most weirdest of predictions. Let me tell you, viewers, if you're watching, don't go with that prediction for this game.
0-0,
0-0
go with the
will
nil.
not happen in this game.
It's about Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach. They will need to defend very well. Now on the other side, Real Madrid will need to attack very well. So I'm giving 2-1 to Real Madrid.
Or 2-1 to Real Madrid. Should I give my prediction for this game? I'm going to go. Funny enough, I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw in this game, meaning Real Madrid do not qualify to the last 16. Unless now, meaning, no, they just don't qualify.
They
Or
don't qualify.
They can. If they get a draw, they get 8 points. And Inter win, Inter on 8 points. And then it's down to head-to-head.
Even if it's head-to-head, Real Madrid, they'll finish number 4.
No, what happened between Inter and Real Madrid, the previous 2 games?
They
Real Madrid
both
did
them.
win.
Yeah, both.
Inter have been beaten by Real Madrid.
I think both,
Home and
home and
away.
away. So
Yeah.
Real
So
Madrid
they're
can
the one
still.
who have been
So actually, Real Madrid,
They're
a point
still-
still can
yeah.
a point can still work for them.
They still see, you still see
A
them
point
at
can still work
Europa.
for them. Yeah, no, a point can still work for them actually to qualify to the last 16. If Inter Milan now beat Shakhtar Donetsk, then it's all tied on 8 points for Real and Inter, and then now it's down to where Real Madrid will go through. So it's not all that. It's not all that to play for there for Real Madrid. But anyway, yeah, I've given my prediction 2-2 draw. You have gone for a 2-1 victory for Real Madrid. You have gone
going for Jojo.
a 0-0 draw.
Nil.
Nah, not happening. Now, let's just move over to Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk here. Now, Shakhtar have done, if my mind, I can recall very well, they've done the double over Real Madrid, home and away in the Champions League this season.
Yes.
Now, we know Inter Milan, what they bring. Inter Milan, as I normally say, they love being inconsistent. They love being inconsistent. You just don't know whether they will turn up or whether they'll not turn up. Now, heading into this game, I can't even pick a favorite here. I can't. I honestly cannot pick a favorite. But, of course, the bookies and everyone will be like, Inter Milan are favorites for this. But why underestimate Shakhtar Donetsk, who have beaten Real Madrid twice home and away?
They have Tete.
Now, for Conte, how does he line up? How does he go into this game? For him,
Conte,
he needs 3 points.
Conte,
no other way.
Conte will have to come here with a good tactics and a good lineup because he has to play everybody who can perform this game.
Let me just ask my director as well to play that the Inter Milan highlights from the weekend as you continue talking.
Yeah, because he has to come with everybody in this game. The Martinez, the Lukaku, Ashley Young, Sanchez.
Well, Ashley Young, why did you throw Ashley Young in there anyway?
Because Ashley Young plays.
He has experience though.
Yeah,
he has experience
those close balls where Lukaku can finish them off. That's where they're looking for. He has to come with a good defense because if he doesn't perform, then Conte is out.
But do you think Shakhtar probably will just know probably a draw?
Yeah,
a draw probably will go through. Because now unless Real Madrid do win, then probably they'll be out because Gladbach have a better head-to-head against Shakhtar.
Yeah.
So Shakhtar they won't be taking this easy. They won't be taking this. They'll have one eye on the other game as well.
I think everybody will have an eye on the other game, looking at the way it goes. At around 80th minute, they'll see what's going on the other pitch. But Shaka, you can't take away from Shaka because Shaka have been playing very well. So Inter will have a mountain to climb here because it's not going to be an easy game for Lukaku and everybody.
Duncan, do you trust Inter Milan to get the job done?
Inter Milan this season, I still don't have trust in them.
Last season, did you have trust in them?
Yeah, last season
they are performing. Last season they are performing.
For me, I've not.
They reached the final.
Now in this game, it's about tactics. Don't underestimate Shakhtar Donetsk. They'll come in this game knowing that, if you have managed to beat Real Madrid
twice,
home and away, who is Inter Milan? Inter Milan have lost against Real Madrid
twice.
Now, there's a bit of confidence against. There's a bit of confidence in the Shakhtar Donetsk team.
Given that they got those results against Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Yeah. Now, in one of the most important games this season for them, what are they going to do? I think they're going to deliver. And
how do you think they should line up, given that they're not under as much pressure as Inter Milan heading into this game? It's not a must-win game, depending on other results, of course. How do you think they should line up for this? Should they just be a bit conservative, or should they just go all-out attack, try kill the game early?
I think they'll just go for all attack because they don't know what will happen because it's a 90 minutes game. You can relax and then you'll be shocked at around 45 minutes. Doing the subs, you're too late. So I think you just go for all attack because just to kill that game.
Does Inter's experience help them in such a situation?
It's not been helping them.
No, it's this situation where they find themselves right now where they must win. They have players in their team like the Lukakus, the Ashley Youngs, the Arturo Vidals, the 9 Goldans, Alexis Sanchez as well. Players that have been in such situations before. Does it give them an upper hand?
Yeah, sure. About the experience, they have it. And it's going to help them. It's going to help them. But then, Shakhtar Donetsk have been scoring early goals. Look, they need to score early goals. They've been scoring because they score goals, they defend. That's what's going to happen. We might say Shakhtar Donetsk is scoring 2 goals in the first half.
How does Conte line up for you guys? How does Conte line up? We all know that he's going to go out attack.
He'll explain the 3-5.
He loves that formation, yeah.
The 3-5-2-1. I'm seeing he's still doing the same up to now.
But do you think
So,
he throws in Lukaku, Lautaro Martinez,
I
and
think
probably Alexis
he
Sanchez even in there?
just play everybody. Just Eriksen there, just Eriksen also there. Throw Vidal to hold that midfield very well. Put the Ashley Young, the Damian. Play everybody who can provide a goal.
Is he going to play Damian while
Ashraf Hakimi.
Hakimi is there.
And Hakimi did score 2 goals over the
Yeah.
weekend. We actually did see the highlights here. He did score. So, and I think Ashraf Hakimi is actually a better option
Yeah.
at that right wing back position because I think he gives you a lot more going forward than what Damian will give you.
Yeah.
Now,
So he has to be on the lineup.
Yeah. I think he just has to play all the big numbers he has.
do you think if he plays all these big attacking players that he normally has, he throws in the Eriksens, the Alexis Sanchez, the Lukakus, the Lautaro Martinez, then he probably leaves a bit of a hole in the midfield where Shakhtar would look to exploit?
I think that the midfield he just play. He tries to and plays with Vidal as a CDM.
So that
to
he gets a
hold.
red card. Anyway, I'm just joking. Yeah.
He just play Vidal.
Why
there.
not Brozovic? I'd actually play Brozovic. I think Brozovic is more technically gifted with the ball on his feet than Vidal. I think Vidal is just a rough.
It's just
He's like
rough.
a warrior.
I think that now this is the game where you put your warrior in.
I think
because-
I think you bring in Vidal. Let's say Inter Milan find themselves in a situation where they're 1-0 up. That's just throwing now Vidal into that game.
Yeah, maybe throw Vidal in that game just where just tackle, destroy every counter attack, destroy every gameplay, every game plan Shaka has. Because if you don't, hey, Inter is going to be in much trouble. That's the Inter. I don't see Inter doing anything.
You don't see Inter doing anything. Now,
I don't see.
Shakhtar Donetsk, he mentioned Shakhtar will be coming into this game with confidence. Knowing
Yeah.
that they've beaten Real Madrid
Home and away.
twice.
Yeah.
Home and away. For Inter Milan, do you think they're coming into this game with confidence? Or do you think they're coming into this game with one eye on this Shakhtar side? Probably they're going to be asking themselves questions like, these guys have beaten Real Madrid twice. We should not take this game lightly by any chance.
I think Conte doesn't have that one eye looking at the team beating another one because I know
Just
Conte
go and play your game.
Yeah, Conte likes playing his game, just coming that team and just destroying other teams. But of late,
But his game has not been working that well in the Champions League.
Of late, I haven't seen Conte doing something. So I'm very worried.
You're worried for
him.
Inter Milan?
Yeah, because that's a Manchester team B.
He says it's a Manchester team B. Well, they might meet in the Champions League if you're still going to be there. You might be knocked out, both of you, but you claim it's a Manchester team. Wow.
Yeah.
Inter Milan fans, don't take it to heart. Predictions for this game?
I see Shaka 2-1.
See Shakhtar Donetsk winning this game,
Yeah, 2-1.
meaning Inter Milan. Okay, yeah, give me a prediction. I have another question to ask you because now, if they do lose, Inter finish bottom. They don't even go to the Europa League. Last season, they finished third in their group.
Yeah.
They didn't make it out of their group. The main thing to take from here is that last season they didn't make it out of their group. With the amount of money they spent bringing in Antonio Conte, if he fails not to make it out of the group this time, is he in trouble?
Yeah, remember at the beginning of the season, there was some rumors that Conte is going to be sacked. We wondered why, and he's still there. So if he doesn't perform now, he doesn't take the group out of the last 16, then definitely he's going to be sacked.
Do you think the minimum of what Inter Milan require, because the owners will probably be looking at the Serie A and going like, Juventus are still probably 2-3 transfer windows ahead of us. Second, third, getting us into the Champions League is fine, Conte, but try make it out of the group stages of the Champions League. Do you think that's a minimum requirement? Make it out of the group stages of the Champions League.
Sure, because David, sometimes I look at what the coaches have been, what the board has done for the coach, because Conte requested for Lukaku. Lukaku was there, was brought.
He spent a lot of money.
Eriksen was there.
Sanchez
there.
Ashley
Young there.
See?
Now, if you have given you support, why are you not performing? Why are you not giving us something back?
Yeah.
I think.
Now, with these last 2 minutes, you want to do something? Yeah,
I
go ahead.
think most of the coaches in the Champions League, their CEO always want you to reach the last 16 in the Champions League because that's a standard where for the sponsorship, say reach the last 16, you give you some point
My
of
director now
money,
tells me
something like
our
that.
time is up. He told me 2 minutes, like 5 seconds. Now he tells me our time is up. And I'll have to cut you short. Sorry very much.
okay.
I want your prediction. You haven't given me your prediction for this game, just your prediction,
It's a
and then I
trick
sign
one.
off.
2-2.
A 2-2 draw. between Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk. Fair enough then. Well, now with that said, we have to sign off, but let me thank my pundits first and foremost for coming through, the two United fans here. Bruce and Duncan, thank you very, very much. Let me thank my cameraman and my director who is still talking. I don't know what he's trying to say.
Find Pops.
Let me thank them all for making this possible. But you guys, if you're watching, go to Twitter. Hashtag find Paps because he's still
missing.
Now, do tune in here on Saturday. We'll have a big preview. The Manchester derby, of course, is United taking on City. That will be our main focus this Saturday. Now, do enjoy the rest of your Monday afternoon. Stay blessed and keep it sporty.